All right, howdy guys. This is Sojin or Steve on the boards with your Procede controller install. So this is actually the Procede controller here that's going to be controlling the Phantom Electric Supercharger. Nice simple device. And if you look here, we're actually in the passenger wheel well. What we're going to want to first do is actually take out this the glove box and also the side panel so you can see what we're doing so we can get some light. So taking off the side panel, you're just going to reach behind it. Actually right here underneath, pull out and out. So you can see back here we actually removed the panel, and what's back there is where we're actually kind of headed. So let's go ahead and take out the glove box container here. What you want to do is open this on the side here. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, right here. You're gonna pull this out. It's just this little piece of plastic, kind of spring or shock, I should say. And then you're gonna push in on this side and push in on the left side of the box to kind of have it come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now that we have that done, what we're gonna do in here, if you look closely here, we have two screws. You can see my ground wire is already plugged in. Right here, this screw right here, this bolt right here, it's I believe it's a 10 millimeter, and this one right here, which is also a 10 millimeter right below it. We're gonna have to take both of these bolts out, because what we're gonna do is actually slide out this little computer here that's in here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Again, I believe it's a 10 millimeter. Go ahead and undo that. Okay, so once those two bolts are out, this should come loose. So what you're gonna kind of do is twist it out and pull it down. And it should come down pretty easily. Now that that's out of the way, we have these four connectors here that's connected to the ECM or ECU. I don't know which one it is. I'm not like the perfect car guy or anything like that, but whatever. So we got to take out those four connectors now. Yeah, they might be a little tight, so you might need to use a screwdriver, but they should pull out. Now you should have a little bit more space now that we removed that other device out of the way. So we'll do that now. Okay, so this is going to be the first wire you're going to need to tap. Now, I actually recommend soldering. I'm not a big fan of taps, so I've actually soldered this. And then, as you can see, I have some electrical tape on here. Honestly, I should have used some heat shrinking, but I didn't have any at the time when we were doing the install. So basically, you want to get the green-black wire that's on the harness, the wiring harness of the Procede controller, the green-black one. See, it's green with a black stripe. And you want to connect it to this green, very light green wire. Now this is the first connector on the ECM. You can kind of see right here, see how it comes out of right here? It's this first one, it's the one towards the bottom. And then if you twist it down, it's the green wire, it's on the edge. It's right next to a white wire with a blue stripe and a red wire with a, looks like a yellow stripe. So a red wire with a yellow stripe and a white wire with a blue stripe. The green wire in between them, that's the wire we're gonna tap for the first controller. So this is from the Procede with the green and black stripe. That's the first wire we're gonna tap. The Procede controller is gonna have a tap. So that's the first tap. So from the third connector, this one right here, we have the connector here. Now if you twist it so you're facing the wire connection, so it looks like here, we've got a purple, a white, a black, and another purple wire. And I believe that's a purple with a black stripe, the last one. We want that white wire between the black and the purple. We're gonna tap that one, and you can see how it's tapped here, right there. And this is actually a lot harder to get to, with the green with the yellow stripe. So again, we're gonna tap that white wire from the third connector. It's between a purple and a black, it's at the edge. Another one that's at the edge, makes this nice and simple, with the green wire with the yellow stripe from the Procede controller. Tap that, and we're gonna connect the controllers back. Now that the connectors are back in, go ahead and slide back this component that you just took out back and bolt it back up. So I've put the component back in, as you can see, but I haven't put the bolts back in. And the reason why is we're gonna actually use one of these bolts as the ground. So we have the ground wire here from the Procede wiring harness here, and we're gonna go ahead and slide this through and connect it with a bolt up there to get a ground. And I'll show you how that's gonna look here in just 2 seconds. And as you can see, we've got the ground wire connected to the bolt, and we're good to go. Now, next thing we wanna do is, there is a connection, it's actually under here, I'll show you guys. On the old manual version 2 switch, so the foot switch that is installed on the accelerator pedal, you have the male audio plug. Now, it looks like that. It's the red one. We're gonna go ahead and bring it back through here into the passenger bay. So my original install had it going through here, through the center console. We're going to pull it back into the passenger wheel well. So you're going to disconnect the switch from the driver's side wheel well, or the audio plug, pull it back over here, pull it back through, and pull it here. And then this is actually the harness from the Procede controller. This the adapter might look a little different. The audio plug adapter might look a little different since this is the first prototype. But you're going to go ahead and plug it into the Procede wiring harness here, that plug. All right. Now, the next thing after that is you'll see this red wire up here. From the Procede wiring harness, there is a red wire. That is our power wire. Now what you're going to want to do is run that through our passenger wheel well underneath the carpet, following the same path we did on the Procede controller. And you can kind of see it back there. And we're going to send it through again through our center console here. As you can see, we're sending it through. I pulled that off really easily. Send the wire back through, go to the driver's side, and I'll go to the driver's side. Okay, so now the power will come out of this side of the controller right here, as you can see. And you're going to run it underneath here, underneath the steering column. And what you want to do is tap into your existing fuse tap for the Phantom. And as you can see here, I've soldered it here to the Phantom's power. So it's the same fuse tap, and that's the one that we want to use. There you go. Now this is the safer way of doing it, since we're actually tapping into the fuse box. But if you really wanted to, and I'm not going to recommend it, there's other power that you could use in the passenger wheel well over here. There is some power. There's like the what is it, the cigarette lighters back there. There's a few other power sources you can use that are switched, but both Shiv and I thought this was the safest, was to use the existing Phantom power. So there you go. Okay, now that we've got the power connected, we've got the DBW throttle blade connection, the crankshaft sensor position sensor, and then also our activation switch audio plug connected. We just need to connect the Procede controller, which is this guy right here. So we're gonna go ahead and connect that now. And you can see there's one side USB and the other side is the actual wiring harness connector. So let's go ahead and connect that. Now's a great time to go ahead and start hiding your wiring harness wire. If you pull out this one connector here on the carpet, it looks like this right here. There's tons of space in there. There's tons of space here in this, behind this black console piece here, not the center console, but just this nice console piece. Go ahead and just hide it under the extra wiring harness underneath there. Now here comes the interesting part. So we're going to take our Procede controller, and we're underneath, and right next to that, the black device that we took out earlier, and another controller. We're going to slide the Procede controller right up inside there, and it fits really nicely actually. And you can see it rests on these wires, and you're going to want to use a zip tie that's included, just to kind of zip tie the Procede controller wiring harness to these other wires to keep it in place. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the whole install. Go ahead and hide your wires. As you can see, I had my power wire is a little short, but go ahead and hide your wires, and that's it. Enjoy the full-time forced induction now, or induction. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how well it works. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. If I missed anything, let me know. And that's it, guys. Have fun. All right. Now that we have that in, the Procede controller's in, we need to put the glove box back into position. On our shock, and I apologize that that's a shaky video. I'm doing this all by hand. Here's our shock. The lower hole here is the one that we're going to need to use, and it slides in with the holes facing, let's see if this works, facing in towards the front engine bay, and you're just going to pop it into place like so, and then slide in the glove box onto these two parts here, and then connect it and push it back in.